Alright, come along with me and we'll take a ride on the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad. It starts in a little place called Garibaldi, Oregon. It's a wonderful little town. Among other things, it has the only marina, boat harbor, between, I think, from Astoria all the way down to Newport. So it's a very unique place. Having a rich maritime history, of course, it's going to have a maritime museum. You got to take the time to stop into the museum here. But we didn't come for maritime stuff, we came for railroad stuff. And here in Garibaldi, there are a number of pieces of historic equipment. Most of them, but not all of them, run. But it's still fun to walk around, take pictures, have a look at them. As for diesels, not only do we have a GP9 and a GP38, but we have a very cool F unit. Okay, let's go into the shop. The shop has all kinds of fun stuff. We do restoration for other people and for ourselves. Of course, we have number 2. We have 2.5 Heislers. Okay, 2.5 sounds weird. So there's one that's operational but out of its 15-year cycle. Then we have number 7, which is an exceptionally cool machine. This is a skookum. Sorry, you know, it's a hard word to say, skookum. It's a compound Mallet that is one of the only ones that are in existence. And it's time to ride the train. Come on, let's go get on the train and see what it looks like. On this particular day, steam is pulling the train. It's not every day, so make sure to check your web page to see what's happening. The first person you're going to come across is a conductor. Keep in mind that we're all volunteers. None of us are professionals. You'll go into the caboose. This is where you buy your tickets and hopefully a bunch of other stuff. We have t-shirts, hats, shirts and all kinds of stuff like that. And on this particular day, the 25 is going to be pulling us. It's a wonderful machine, an old logging locomotive. We have 3 to 5 different cars on the train any given day, depending on what's going on. And okay, it's time to get started. Hold on to your hats. Well, okay, we don't go fast enough to worry about your hat blowing off, unless there's a whole bunch of wind. First thing you come across is the Coast Guard station, and it's the only one I know of between Astoria all the way down to Newport or someplace. And of course, fishing boats, pleasure boats come and go all the time. Ah yes, I'm going to ask you a question. What kind of view do you have out of the window where you work? Well, this is the view that we get on our day out there. Well, as you work north, the waterway goes along right next to the tracks. One of the few places that connects directly out into the ocean. A lot of people come and go, and oh yeah, I know, this is an amazingly beautiful day. It rains a lot on the coast, but it doesn't rain all the time. On this particular day, we have an open car and an open car with a cover and a covered car. It depends on the day what kind of equipment that we have. And lots of water. There's lots of things to take pictures of. There's bogs and lakes and all kinds of stuff along the way. There's also 2 different camps, which I get a lot of fun out of, because there are kids out there on a regular basis in their canoes and kayaks and sailboats and falling over and getting wet and all that kind of stuff. 843. This is how many miles to San Francisco. This used to be part of the Southern Pacific Railway system, and of course we keep the signs up just in case we ever go to San Francisco. And what a pretty place. That's all I can say. What a pretty place. I gotta say, working on the steam locomotive is a very cool job. I enjoy it a lot. So as we move our way north, of course, we have more waterways and ponds and wildlife and trees and all kinds of fun stuff along the way. And we start getting into the outskirts of Rockaway Beach. We got the big fancy houses up on the hillside, and then of course we got all the beach stuff. And don't forget about all the shops and the restaurants and things like that. But that's not what we came for. We came for the beach. So let's go to the beach. This is one of my personal favorite beaches on the whole Oregon coast. Very cool. And we park right next to the beach. And wow, what a beach it is. This is probably the most accessible cool beach on the entire Oregon coast. And you can access it either by car, boring, or by the train. Speaking of the train, it's time to get back on and head back to Garibaldi. We've had a fine time at the beach, and now it's time to look at some stuff on the way back. I have a question for you. Ever thought about working for a railroad? It's very cool. Why don't you come and join us? We're an all-volunteer operation. We would love to have you come and become one of us. You start out as a car host, move to conductor. We train you how to be a fireman, and then an engineer. And think about the view from your window. Hey, it's good fun. Come and join us sometime. Next time you're on the Oregon coast, make sure to stop into Garibaldi, which is just north of Tillamook. Come for a ride, come and be a volunteer, have some fun. Bye now.